His grace. I came in His name. I am saved by His grace. 2,000 years ago, He died on a cross so He could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took Him on a mountain top and offered Him every kingdom, would not stop. He said, Son of man, worship me. Come over, bend your knee. I said, I came in His name. I am saved by His grace. Surrounded Himself with 12 good men, disciples, and He called them the ones. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and they told the story after He was gone, how He was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In His name we are saved, but only by His grace. I came in His name. I am saved by His grace. By His grace. Hello, Alpha. Hello, Roland. This one goes out to all you natural girls. On the day you were born, God looked down at the place you lay. He took a deep breath and then ignored those clouds, blew them away. Heaven and earth He built, it took Him just 6 days. Took Him just as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. He said, Cause you're a natural girl. A natural girl. Send a letter to Cadbury's, they made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars, placed them inside those your eyes. For me, for me, for me, for me. Cause you're a natural girl. I work for days and toil for hours and hours, just to pay for your dress and all your wedding flowers. And your dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will fluster the priest and turn every man's head as you grace the aisle, those curves and that smile, that smile. Cause you're a natural girl. And your veil will be handmade by nymphs. They blushed at the beauty when they caught a glimpse. Your legs, your arms, your feminine charms, those charms. Cause you're a natural girl. So send a message to my Father up above and tell Him, found this girl, the one I'll truly love, the one that He sent down from heaven up above. She fits me just like a glove. Cause you're a natural girl. Tra-la-la-la-la. I forgot the last. Oh yeah. I'll write your name upon Venus, Jupiter, Mars. When you look up at night, you'll see your name is written in the stars. 'Cause you are a natural girl. Good afternoon, boys and girls. How y'all doing? I'm on spinning stationary flat plane. I've still got a bunged up nose. It's gotta be a record of you someplace. You gotta be on somebody's books. The lowdown picture of your face. Your aged looks. The sacred and profane. Pleasure and the pain. Somewhere your fingerprints remain concrete, but it's your face I'm looking for on every street. Lady killer, regulation tattoo. Silver spurs on his heels. Says, what can I tell you? 'Cause I'm standing next to you. She threw herself under my wheels. Oh, it's a dangerous road and a hazardous load. The fireworks of liberty explode in the heat, but it's your face I was looking for. That's not right. That's not right. Looking for on every street. Three-chord symphony crashes into space. The moon is hanging upside down. I don't know why it is I'm still on this case. I love that chord. Boom, it's a ravenous town, and you refuse to be trained. Seems to me such a waste. And every single victory has a taste that's bittersweet. And it's your face I'm looking for on every street. Do do do. God, let's sing one for God. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. The breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. Yes, you do. It's a new dawn, new day. feeling God. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. Yes, you do. River running free, you know how I feel. And blossoms in the tree, you know how I feel. Yes, you do. It's a new dawn, new day, new life for me, and I'm feeling God. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean. Don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sleep in peace when your day is done. That's what I mean. Yes, it is. It's an old world, new world, old world for me. Yes, it is. And I'm feeling God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Yes, you do. The scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Yes, you do. Freedom is mine, you know how I feel. Yes, you do. It's a new dawn, new day, new life for me. Yes, it is. And I'm feeling God. And I'm sweating cobs here. Hello, Anna Susan, darling. How are you? New life for me. Yes, it is. I'm feeling God. Do you want a biscuit? What a chicken bicky, Marley? What a chicken bicky? Yes, mother. There you go. Are we happy now? Are we sitting comfortably? If not, assume a position. Is that close enough? There we go. Right, I can just see over the microphone. Yeah. I've been going to sleep. No, almost after my streams. Almost. I fell asleep about 11:30 last night. And I'd never fall asleep that early. I'm all over the place at the minute. Men have got bigger faces. Every day I look at the human skeleton. Why? Because it's the greatest gift, or should I say clue, that God has given you to his existence. Not only to his existence, but you are created in his image. And the people who have lied to you about everything, and I mean everything, it's a giant club. I'm telling you now, I'm not in it. Has made us all sin. One way or another, we've believed lies that we shouldn't even believe in. Absolute nonsense with no foundation behind it. Example, the earth spins but you can't feel it. Dickhead. Water bends but it's level. Dickhead. The list is endless. And the easiest way to spot these people is to look at the distance in their eyes. Men have got further apart eyes, women have got closer eyes. Men have got rectangular shaped eyes, women have rounded shaped eyes. Women have small bridges in the nose, men have big bridges and a brow bone over their eyes. Men have bigger noses, bigger teeth and wider dental arches to match the far apart eyes. A square jaw to match those two, giving him what we affectionately call a blockhead or a cannonball, because it's almost as wide as it is long. The woman's widest part is in the top of the skull, giving her an upside down egg shape. Excuse me, to her skull, because she has a sloping jawline and a pointed chin with much smaller dentals. Excess of copyrighted material may, under circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching and research without the need for payment to a copyright holder. Open up that window, pop that open there. Maria Bello, Polish. Let's have a look. Eva Mendes. Now that one is famous. He's got men in his name. There we go. That'll do. Let's say hello to class. Who was first in it? It was Rolly. Alpha came second. I said hello anyway. In a Jam, Anna Souza and Upcycle Bob. How you all doing? We'll begin tonight's show with this fella, Coyote Ugly. Grown Ups, History of Violence, Mummy the Tomb of the Dragon, and Grown Ups 2. The only one I know out of them is Coyote Ugly. Well, where should we start? Let's start with the face. I'm looking for a good... Is he a lesbian? Oh, he's got a tear down the middle. He is. He's a gay guy pretending to be a lesbian. Pair of dudes, look at the size of that hand. It's like a tennis racket. Oh my gosh. They didn't even bother, did they? Look, they just put him in a wife beater shirt and said, get out there. Oh, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked right there. Oh my, look at them bony knees. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Same with that dirty thing in the background. Look at those kneecaps. At what? 15 paces, I can see the demon faces. Look at that neck. Somebody call a lumberjack. I'm saying timber. That is a massive neck. He's got a nice neck as well, but look at that bad boy in the background. I don't know if that's his boyfriend. I don't think it is. The boyfriend is dark-haired, look. Isn't it weird that you didn't notice that just the knees, the calves, look, the size of them feet. Go back one and look at that. That is just a dude in a wife beater top. It really is. Oh, silky top. Let's have a look. Open, says me. Gutted. I wanted to see a penis. Hello, Jack. I really wanted to see a shamalama lama ding dong. They both got big jaws and big teeth. Who's that? Is that the same dude? It is. Look at the size of that head. He's widest in the cheekbones, look. Look how the head caves inward like mine does. Same on this side, look. It caves not bellowing outwards. There's no Mickey Mouse's ears to be seen, look. How is it possible that all these celebrities, and it doesn't matter which country I go to, we're not just talking about Hollywood, we're talking about Holland, we're talking about Belgium, we're talking about France. Every single one of them are inverted. Someone asked, how did I get pregnant? The same way we do. These fellas get the girlfriends pregnant. Well, not these two fellas, because they're a pair of gay guys pretending to bang tacos when really they're crossing swords. They can't even pretend to be gay properly. It's just everything's backwards. It's only one gate. He's looking bulky there as well. They actually pass him off as a masculine lesbian, don't they? That's what they're doing. When in fact it's just a dude. I'm seeing Tory spelling. Look at that Adam's apple. Broad shoulders, flat chested, straight hanging arms with big hands. Silky dress. Open. Yeah. I'm out of pictures. Maria Bello. I didn't even check the back file. 1 second. Let's put walking in. Did we get him? Oh, we did. I can see 3 or 4 straight away. Let me just slap you into the search bar there. Netanyahu. Paste. Maria Bello. Where am I? Right. Start there. Look at this! That is a horrifying demon. It looks like it's got an eye patch on. Do you know what it looks like? It looks like that bear out of Fun Time at Freddy's. One Night at Freddy's. I don't know what you call it. It looks like that. Knees together, knees apart. Look how subtle that difference is. There's a second one. Not that one. Second one. 2. There's a third one. There's a 4th one there. Yeah, it's off key. We've seen that one. There it is. Maria Bello. 5th. Is that the girlfriend in full? She's doing ballet, the little bald-headed bitch. Oh my gosh, look at them knees and shoulders. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Look at the size of them oofers as well. Everything, square lines, big bony knees, solid calf muscles. Look, they don't look like Skittles. They look like solid calf muscles. High set, size of them feet. It's a good job that's not zoomed in, isn't it? Oh, and again. Oh, again, can't see how big they are. I know they're big, though. Final story. There. Maria Bello walks like a dude. Final answer. Open that one. Tweet. Are you there? Oh, I've got 2 Maria Bellos. Look at the state of that. How many doubles have I got? Maria Bello. Maria Bello. Tweet. Yeah, we're good on that. Close that. Alley up. Alley up. That one. Eva Mendes. No, don't take me to H. Dang it. Please go back. Oh, too far. No. Here we go. Maria Bello. Eva Mendes. Ah! Oh, please stop doing that. Naomi Watts. Is this the right page? I don't think it is. That's better. No, that's the same page. Oh, balls. It is the right page. I'm just right down it. Ah, you're driving me nutty. Oh, right. Let me cut out Maria Bello. Paste. Create Maria Bello. Come back. As if that hasn't. Oh, it has gone back. Andrew Lung. I wasn't this far now. What was it? Wait.
Ah, we're close here. Where are we? Somewhere around here. It's got to be. I just see Emily Blunt. Eva Mendes there. Right, Eva Mendes. Eve Mendes. Or was it Eva? I don't know. Eva. There we go. Oh, it's definitely a dude. Look at that man face. Absolutely square jawline. Male stare, rectangle eyes, solid jaw. Images. Let's take your name, shove you in the back file. Bearing in mind he's got men in his name. Eva Mendes. Paste. Away it goes. Whilst it searches, I didn't even copy and paste the stream. 1 second. Bearing in mind he's got men in his. Grab that. Copy that. Twitter this. Home. Open. Paste. YouTube. Done. We're good on that. I saw 33 likes constantly. I know Sean was on about it the other day. 33 likes on Twitter. Oh, where are we? On Twitter. I'm nearly at 33. Right? I'm telling you now, it has been stuck on 32,000 followers for nearly 2 years. It has not moved. It has taken nearly 2 years to go up 900 people. It's bollocks. They're messing with everything. The likes, the subscribers. Like this constantly goes up and down. It was at 900 at one point, and then they took it all off. It had, I don't know, 1.5 million views, but it's probably way more than that. They just play it down. It says, Shawnee, if you're listening, it says if you get one of those blue ticks, you'll see more messages, because I don't see hardly any messages as well. Look. That one's been up there. Look. It's got 27 likes, 17 reshares, but not a single person has commented on it, apparently. But if I buy a blue tick, I'll be able to see more messages and interact with more people. It's bollocks. It's like pay-per-view, innit? That one's got a few messages there. Yeah. Teddy Tree Fighter. What was I doing? I've forgotten. Eva Mendes. Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. Come back to class. There we go. Hey, Pete. Eva Mendes was done 3 months ago. Was it really? Let's have a look. You're probably absolutely right. Eva Mendes. Eva Mendes. And there it is. You're absolutely right. Let's go back. Emily Blunt. I swear I've done Emily Blunt as well. EB 33 for a copy. Let's have a look. See if Emily's been done. Paste. Emily Browning. Emily Blunt. We've done that one as well. Think Rose Byrne. I don't think we've done Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne. There we go. Right, Rose Byrne. Hang on, let's have a look. What movies has he been in? Platonic, never seen it. Neighbours, never seen it. Bridesmaids, never seen it. Insidious, I don't think I've ever seen it. If I had legs, I'd kick you. What's that about? Right, images. It's a blockhead. He looks like someone. I can't think who it is. Julianne Moore. It's the male skull that's doing it, look. The wide-ass cheekbones. It's an absolute rectangle of an head, look. That is not egg-shaped. The neck is solid. The shoulders are square. Is that your girlfriend? Let's have a look at her quickly. She got a funny-looking 5 head. Let's come back to your face. Rectangle shaped eyes, lot. The huge bridge in the nose. The brow bone runs into the corner of the eye socket, lot. With a real woman, it's much softer, the fold, and it's not as wide. You should know this by now. It's more rounded, closed in, but open, if you know what I mean. The man's eye is literally buried into the skull. Square jaw, wide mouth, widest in the cheekbones. Look, just draw a line down and then across, and look how wide it is. You know how to do it now. I've shown you it loads of times. He's got straight vine swinging arms. Massive head. Look at the size of it. It's like a bowling ball. Let's have a look at your girlfriend again. This time proper angle. Who's got closer set eyes? You're done on the eyes alone, lot. Draw a line down, lot. And then across. Tiny eyes. Line down, far apart eyes, lot. And again, look, the bigger head, the long, narrow face, the push down face. Look at the squashy face. Look at the widespread face. Look at the widest in the hairline. Look at the widest in the cheekbones, look. So simple to see them. So, this one's got a penis, and that one's got a vagina. This one gets that one pregnant. That's how it's just like us. Because you just imagine that this is a man, or you're imagining that this person's had full transgender surgery, which they don't have. They just do the top section. The women remove the breast, the men add breasts. That's it, that's all they do. The rest is artificial makeup and plastic surgery. People out there will tell you that inside the baby, inside the womb, they inject the baby with the wrong hormones, turning a girl into a boy. It's absolute bollocks. There's no chemical in the world that can change that skeleton into this skeleton. And there's no chemical in the world that can turn this skeleton into that skeleton. It's that simple. You'll always have... It's a 50-50. The only thing, and I can't prove it, would be if they're changing genitals by doing this. I can't prove it. I can't prove anything of what they're saying about all this in utero nonsense. It's just hearsay. There's very little information on it when you look into it either. Just a handful of crappy pictures. Not even pictures, some are just diagrams. And the others look like they're faked anyway. Search FTM pregnant images. And where is one? That'll do. There you go. That's how they have babies. The woman still gets pregnant. It's that simple. These are both women, by the way. But yeah, there you go. Look, there, just like it looks like Ed Sheeran, doesn't it? That one. That one looks like Lionel Messi. They're both women. They can still have babies. It's that simple. Let's come back to class. So we're looking at an egghead. Look, the small pink lips. The smaller mouth, but the deep philtrum. Look how deep the philtrum is between the nose and the top lip. Men's are much more, what's the word, placid in comparison to the deep philtrum that the woman gets. The opposite can be said of the neckline now, where the place to put Mama's Spicy Meatball exists. It's a man, final answer, flat-chested, broad-shouldered, giant-headed. Again, I'm seeing Julianne Moore. Rose Byrne, let's put your name in the back file. Actually, let's post Eva Mendes while it's at it. I know I didn't do it, but I searched a picture. I might as well put him up there. Eva Mendes. Eva Wally. Eva Mendes. Next. Oh yeah. Rose Byrne. Let's put put you in the back file real quick, Rose. Paste. No, it's Emily Blunt. Why does it say Emily Blunt? Rose Byrne. There you go. Right, we're good to go. I need some walking pictures of this fella. And again, with the massive shoulders, the giant head, deep set eyes, the strong neckline, the lack of breasts. All the markers are there that you're looking at a dude. Oh, we're out of pics. Nah, right, let me come back. Walking. No, I think we're done, don't you? Rose Byrne. We'll start with that one. When it opens. There. Gail on the right, look. It looks like Clive Owen. I think that is Clive Owen. No, it's not. It's Bobby Cannavale, whoever that is. Bobby's got a female gate and Rose has got the male gate, look. Same again. Look at the diamond in the woman's gate. Look at the isosceles triangle in the man's gate. They fooled us so badly. There's another nice one, Rose. It's a dude, look. It's an absolute dude. Is that the same picture? No, it's a different picture. Look at the state of the gate on the right versus the gate on the left. Space at the feet versus no space at the feet. Game over. We can tell just by the way you walk. Just Jared, I love your way. Woman on the left, man on the right. A place to put Mama's spicy meatball, look. Look at the mastoid. Look, they're both turning their heads, but only one of them's got this huge mastoid, this Terminator neck, look. He wants your clothes, your motorbike keys, and your boots. And one more, just for good measure. Look at this bitch. She can't stop mincing. Look at the shoulder tilt. And then you got this dipshit wearing a moon bomb pretending to be a woman pregnant. That's how fucked up this all is. That they walk around with plastic latex bellies pretending to be pregnant. Does that not tell you there's something wrong with you? That you can never be a woman? I mean, if that doesn't settle it, that you'll never be a woman because you're wearing a plastic pregnant belly, I don't know what will. I was just going to say, the size of that chicken nom nom, it's Heath Ledger. We're done. Rose Byrne is a fella, straight legs, needs to get a space between his feet. You don't need any more evidence than 5 gates. It's game over. Rose Byrne, let's open you up. Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne. Post. We're done. Let's cut Rose out real quick for the channel. Rose Byrne. Create. Right, let's come back to class. Let's close that window. I'm seeing Queenie off Blackadder as well. Miranda Richardson. Rose Byrne, thank you. Who's next? Ashley Judd. 2 first names. Copy. Paste. Ashley Judd. Whoop. There he is. Images. Oh, there's a nasty one in that bikini. In his testicle or something that's hanging out. I'm not sure. We'll have a look. Ashley Judd. Let's put your name in the back file. I'm sure I've done him. Copy. Open. Paste. Oh my word. We'll start there. Life hasn't been very kind to me lately. Cheekbones alone tell you it's a dude. But the neck and chest line are absolutely screaming at you. I'm a man. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man. Is that him when he was younger? Let's have a look. They get manlier and manlier. Excuse me. You see, the way it works is the men keep the testicles. And the way the human body works is every 7 years, a natural born male, because these are natural born, well, I say the natural born, they were born male. Every 7 years, the testicles give off a boost of testosterone to the male, making him more manlier, thickening the jaw, largening the ears, nose, and brow bone. So, in the 20s, teens, 20s, they've only had a couple of hits of testosterone. By the time they get into the 50s, they've had a good 5-6 doses of testosterone. And they become more and more manlier. No matter how much surgery they've gone through, that Adam's apple returns. The male jawline becomes squarer. The ears carry on growing larger and larger. If it's got a Getty seal, they're in the club. And if you're still not sure that Ashley Judd's a man, you've only got to look at his wife. Husband or girlfriend, what is it? Husband. There he is. Let's have a look at the wife. She got Mickey Mouse ears in the hairline, look. Dial M's appearing. Look. The wide bellowing forehead versus the cannonball head. The small teeth versus the big teeth. Oh, it's a race car driver. There you go. Dario Franchitti. He sounds Italiano. And it is. Get a walking picture of him. I'm confused. 1 minute he's way taller than it. He must have Cuban high heels on. Because in that picture they're the same height. But on the other one we just looked at, he was towering over it even though she's in high heels. Is that the same person? I'm assuming it is. I'll tell you what though. Where was that? No. Dang it, I've lost that picture. That was a good picture as well. Oh, there's another one. Look at this neck here. And look at absolutely no neck. It's like a tortoise. It's like a tortoise popping his head out his shell. All right, let's get rid of husband and go to walking. Again with that neck. I was expecting an awooga. Ashley Judd not giving me any pictures. And that's not Ashley Judd. Look at the difference though. Ashley Judd shatters her leg, harrowing rainforest fall. Straight legs, knees together, not straight legs, diamond in the footfall. I think that might be the parents of Ashley Judd. Mum and dad in the wrong clothes, in the wrong bodies. Oh, that's where he broke his leg, is it? Mm-hmm. Was he an I'm a Celebrity? Is that what happened? Did he fall out of a tree? Was he doing a, what do they call him, jungle task? Size of that head. Ashley Judd, stiffing me on Gates, though. That's a nice one right there. Oh, yeah, that's a dude. Final answer. Look at them shoulders. Look at those arms. Straight down his body, look. Like two pendulums. I was hoping to see his penis. He seems to be a tucker. Oh my gosh, they're big fellas. Is that all of them? That's 3 Judds in it. That's the whole family. Truth be told. Truth be f***ing told. They're all dudes. That's the truth. We're done. For a split second there, I thought that was Gemma Collins. I'm out of pictures. Let's come back to class. Twitter. Let's open that. Tell me I put Ashley Judd in the back. I did. There he is. Paste. Ashley Judd. Close window. Open a new window. And then cut Ashley out for the channel. We're flowing. There we go. Ashley Judd. Paste. Next, Amelia Clark. We've done Amelia Clark. We've done loads of the Game of Thrones ones. I know I have. EC 33 Fighter in the boy's name. It's the only place I do She Mantria. In the capital letters in the name. Amelia Clark, actress. Oh, my bad. 2 first names as well. Yeah, I swear I've done it though. Amelia Clark. Yes, we have 2 months ago. Let's continue. Christina Applegate. Oh, that's a good one from Love and Mary. AC backwards. Antichrist. Love and marriage goes together like a horse and carriage. You can't have the boss's daughter. Da, 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 da. Images. Oh, back file. Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Is that the wife? She's got a funny looking face. Why am I seeing Jennifer Aniston? I'm seeing Jennifer Aniston there. Oh, look at the soft, girly girl face there. What's up with you? Oh, sorry, mate. Did I kick your bum? Sorry, Marlo. My bad. Triangle. The face fills the skull nicely, doesn't it? Which one's got the deep set far apart eyes, look? Who's got the soft gaze? Who's got the hard staring eyes, look? Is that him now? Oh my word. Life hasn't been very kind to me lately. He's put some timber on the lad, hasn't he? I'd like to say he's had a few babies, but men can't get pregnant. You can't have one without the other. I get your freak on. Hello, Susanna. Christina Applegate, back in the day, from, who was it? Al Bundy, Love and Matt. What was that show called? I can't remember what the show was called. Married with Children. I forgot that. Married with Children. I was a young, horny teenager. I used to fancy this dude. And Peggy, the mum. I can't believe the mum is so obviously a dude. And yet I had the hots for him when I was a young lad. I'm still seeing Jennifer Aniston, or should I call him Jennifer Maniston. There he is, Peggy, the big ginger dude. Is it him? He's got a right Adam's apple there. I don't know who that is. No, that's someone else. That's not Peggy, is it? It's another dude. I don't know who it is, but look at the size of his jawline. Look at this one, lacking jaw. Look at this one, solid jaw. That one's got a solid jaw. That one's got a solid jaw, but not the fella. The fella's got an upside down egghead with close set eyes. Why is that? Oh my gosh, look at Christina Applegate there. Solid. 'Cause I'm solid. Solid as a rock. Look at the size of him. He's bigger than a fridge. But it fooled millions of horny boys back in the 80s and 90s. Christina Applegate walking. This ain't looking very good, is it? Did I spell that right? I bloody well did. Is that Stairfail? We'll take that. Oh, that's nice. Straight legs, knees together. I don't care about the walking stick. It doesn't change anything. It might make them ungainly as they walk, but they still walk like men. The only time you really have problems spotting the gait is when they've had an accident or the hips are wrong. You know, they've been in some sort of injury that's damaged the gait and the way it looks. A perfect example is a guy who walks a dog where I walk my dog. He's pretty able-bodied, but his walk slows him right down to look at from long range. It's very difficult to spot whether he's a man or a woman. Visually, you can see he's a man, but the gait doesn't give you any clue to it at long range because of the angle of his knees and legs. That's not Christina Applegate. That looks like, what do they call him? Lily Phillips, Bonnie Blue. He looks like one of them male porn stars. I'll tell you what, Christina Applegate has absolutely... I don't know if I've got him. Let me have a look. Back file. Did I search? I did. And I do have him. See, there weren't any gates that we just saw in walking pictures. But apparently, there are gates. But we didn't see any of them, look. Not one of them gates showed up. I'm telling you, they're starting to hide them. Christina Applegate. Paste. Did it. Man face. Let's come back to class. Close that. Open that. Let's cut him out. Christina Applegate. There we go. Do. Create. Right, let's have another one. Neil Long. I don't even know the name. NAACP. What's that? Copy. Droppy. Paste. Neil Long, American actress. Love Jones. Big Mama's House I've seen. Best Man. Friday I've seen that as well. Are We There Yet? I've seen that. And Boys, I've seen all of them, but I don't recognise the size of his neck and his teeth. His neck's massive though. We're done. That's a bloke. Final answer. It's just forensics works so fast when you can do it. It really does. We're done. That's a man face. Absolute dude face. Look at the wide smile of a man. We call it the lion smile for a reason. Facially, it's an absolute dude. Forget the fake tatas, boys. It's just another Jackie Brown. We're looking at an absolute male skull. It's a blockhead on a thick neck look. Square jawline, wide mouth, widest in the cheekbones, deep set eyes with a brow bone. Look, the brow bone is literally shining across. Look how big the bridge in the nose is. Remember, women have rounded eye sockets, open eye sockets, smaller eyes, and a much smaller bridge in the nose. Look at the distance in those eyes. Look at that bridge, and then look at that bridge. Boom. Rectangular, far apart eyes with a big bridge in the nose and a short sloping forehead. Draw a line down and then across. It's a man. Final answer. Gates. Where are we? There. When looking at the male versus female gait, the woman when walking, her legs bend into this diamond shape. You can see it here, and you can see it there as midsection. But she swings her back leg around and back in front. So it just repeats this process over and over. That's a woman walking, look. There's a male silhouette. There's a female silhouette. What silhouette does that match? So simple to see them. And again, forensics in the snow. That has got to be one of the greatest pictures ever taken in the history of mankind. It shows the male versus the female walking. And it shows there, and there's your silhouette. These are basic principles of forensics. The onus is upon you to learn these skills. Change the way you look at people. And all of a sudden, when you see these giant five heads look with a close set eyes, the exact opposite of what we're looking at, look. That is the exact opposite look. Short forehead, wide eyes. Long forehead, short eyes, look. Just by looking at their faces. But again, there are people out there that'll tell you the schools don't work, and they don't if you give them to a troll. But the minute you put them in the hands of a natural person, someone who's not out to lie to you about anything, these abominations, and that's what they are, the liars, the deceivers, they're abominations to God's goodness. They stand out just by looking at their necks. Look at that vein running down the side of the mastoid. Look at the size of Bridget Nielsen's neck. It's a joke. Absolute huge man face on a huge plinth of a neck. Look at Megan Fox. Look at Taylor Swift. They've both got diesel shadow casting jawlines, look. But that's not the bit that you should be looking at. Look at the length of the neck from chin to thigh. Look at the length on both necks. And then look at what is staring at you. A double-pronged Adam's apple. A double-pronged Adam's apple. If you imagine a yo-yo turned sideways, that's what it looks like, right? Like a hamburger. 2 bread buns with a bit of meat in the middle. That's what we mean by a double-pronged Adam's apple. And it becomes more and more obvious the more you look at them. You don't see women with necks like this and places to put Mama's spicy meatball. And look how obvious this is. Look. Chin to tie. Look at this. Chin to tie. It's amazing when you can see it, isn't it? They just jump out at you. And then just look, right, if you're still not sure about the neck of clock look, the difference in neck, just remember men have 40% longer and thicker necks than that of our female counterparts. If you're still not sure, just go straight to the eyes look. Rectangular, far apart eyes. Rounded. Look at the rounded shape to that eye socket look. Look at the rectangular shape to that eye socket. It's amazing that none of us noticed. Or we didn't notice more of them. Let's come back to class. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing this giant head of a man. Rectangular shaped eyes. Look. Short forehead, wide eyes. It's a dude. Final answer. Did we put Neil Long in the back file? 1 second. Let's pop your name in the back file. Paste. Right, whilst it searches for Nia, we will go after his Gates. Is that him when he was younger? I recognise that. I know it's the same person, but I recognise that from the movie it's in. Neil Long. It's a dude. If it's got a Getty seal on its name, it's a dude. It's the opposite of what you're looking at. Whatever you think it is, it's the exact opposite. 180 degrees in the opposite direction. That's why the Bible says that it is esteemed as the potter's clay to turn everything the devil tells you upon its head. 180 degrees, the opposite direction. If he says the sun's burning, then it's not burning. If he says that man walked on the moon, no one walked on the moon, and whoever pretended to was women. Neil Long. I got no Gates. Hey, definitely got no Gates. I'm walking. Well, he's definitely not walking there. Look how high up that calf muscle is. Houston, psst, we have a problem. Screwed up right there. That one. You can't quite see it. Is he pretending now? I think he's pretending to have a baby there. Neil Long, there's one. Oh, he's doing his dance bit through that studio where they all... It's Nia. It's Nia Long. I said it's Nia. It's Nia. Have you seen the one with Michelle Obama? Michelle Obama's walking down this bit here, and I swear down, he's like 1.5 foot bigger than every single one of these production team members. There's another nice one. Look at that broken leg. Look at that diamond formed. This one as well, look. Diamond formed, but not here and not there. Dudes. Another one here. Is that Michael Jackson? It is Michael Jackson. Again, straight legs, knees together. And look at that. Sweet baby G. Look at that FTM in the background. Look at the arm akimbo. Look at them shoulders. Look at that bolt on there. Look at the size of that bolt on. You can literally, and I mean literally, stand a Big Mac, a large Coke, and a large fries on each shoulder. He's massive. Absolutely oh my gosh, brace yourselves. I think I'm going to be sick. It's a bloke in a leotard. And this is what the passing offers. Feminine beauty. The flat-backed, wide-eyed, short-foreheaded woman has become the staple for all covers of magazines. Look at this straight. This is a dude. Straight legs, knees together. Final answer. Nia Long is a man. Backfire, what you saying? Yep. Already done it. Nia Long, thanks for playing CSI with me. Let's close that window. Bink. Nia Long. There it is. Nia Long, 10 minutes. Paste. Create. Lovely. Let's have another one. Felicity Jones. Mrs. Jones. Tia Leone, 2 first names. Copy. Open. Paste. What's his name? Felicity Jones. There he is. Let's put you in the back file, shall we, Felicity? 1 second. Oops. Paste. And away we go. Open images. Wide eye. Look at the size of the face. It's huge. Draw a triangle in your mind. We're done. Do you know what he looks like there? He looks like oh, what's that porn star called that married Logan Paul, mate? Oh, Anal Rhodes. Lana Rhodes. I'm seeing Lana Rhodes. It's uncanny. Find that picture. I think Lana's got a bigger face than him, though. Lana Rhodes. Focused on motherhood. Yeah, of course he is. He can't have babies. This is the picture I'm looking for. Here, where's that in full? It's the shot. Look at those clavicles. Look at that big, bony ass clavicle. I really want... There it is. That's what I'm looking for. It's pretty close. Absolute wide-eyed, giant-faced man. Short forehead. And boom. That's exactly what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Lana Rhodes. Anal Rhodes. It's a male neck, male chest, male face. It's a male. Look at them shoulders. Absolute bolt-ons. Bolt-ons on the arms. Shiny dress. You know I like my shiny dresses. Just in case they didn't tuck properly. And there's a P-E-N-I-S. Not today, Peter. Not today. We can have the Gates. Hang on. Did I check back file? Felicity. What's his name? Felicity Jones. I've got 2 of them. Oh my gosh. How many doubles have I got? There are Gates, but there's none showing. what a neck. We're done. Let's go to walking. Walking. You will know them by their gaits. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Straight legs, knees together. Look at the ski whiff bitch here. Straight legs, knees together. Look at the way she's pushed forward, leant into the walk. And a shoulder tilt. Is that you as well? It is. Dumbstruck by Felicity Jones. Straight legs, knees together. There's another one there. I don't know if that's nice though. It's just offset. That's a big foot. Oh, that's definitely a big... Look at the size of that oofa. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. And again, straight legs, knees together, space between the big feet. It's a man. Till the cows come home, it's a dude. Let's have a look at a bikini. See if we can catch Felicity's penis. Bikini. Search. Oh, look at that man body. I think I'm going to be sick. What is that? Is that meant to be a fake iliac crest? It is. It's like they've cruised over the Adonis belt. There he is. This is the dude we're looking for. This caught my attention early on. I couldn't see it. No. No. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a bit bulgy, that is. It's a shame that picture's bloody pixelated. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man. That's Drew Barrymore. What a dirty bunch of fellas that is. Kelly, was that Kelly Brook? It looked like Kelly Brook. That does not look like Felicity Jones. That's Kelly Brook. I swear down it is. I've stayed with someone once in Cyprus, in Turkish side of Cyprus, and he was adamant that he'd slept with Kelly Brook in the day. His wife said he's lying. She said he's a lying twat, Pete. He's never shagged Kelly Brook, but he was adamant he'd shagged Kelly Brook. There's no way he could have shagged Kelly Brook because Kelly Brook's a man. Bony ass clavs. We got no penis picture, I'm afraid. We're done. Why does Ursula Andress always pop up? Size of Sean Connery's pants. That is a huge chicken nom nom right there. Over here though, absolutely nothing. Like just man ass. Absolute man ass. Probably had a rib removed by the look of it. Felicity Jones walking, Peter. Or did we already do that? Did we already do walking? Let's go back a few pictures. We did do walking. He's on the list. Felicity Jones fails forensics. We've got two of them. That looks like he used the same picture for both. Felicity Jones. There you go. Let's come back to class. Let's close that window. Lana Rhodes, close. Adam's Apple, close. Open up a new one. Cut out, what's his name? Felicity Jones? Felicity. And we're done. Paste. Create. Let's do another one. Do you know what? Let's do Kelly Brook. Whilst I'm here. Kelly Brook, two first names. Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Is that what he looks like now? Is that Kelly Brook now? Look at the size. That I wouldn't even recognise that as Kelly Brook. I wouldn't. I'm telling you now, if someone had just shown me that, look at the size of that neck, chin to tie ratio. If somebody had told me that that was Kelly Brook, I would not have believed them. Again, I can't see Kelly Brook at all. That looks like Kelly Brook to me. But that really doesn't, even though it is the same person. This is why they get away with saying that Morgan Freeman is Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that. Because they have that much surgery and stuff done to themselves that they're almost unrecognisable. Like that one there, compared to that one there, it doesn't even look like Kelly Brook. It might be though, because he's not smiling. I might have recognised it by the smile. You see, here's the thing. Jason Statham, who is an absolute egghead, the face is pushed downwards, look. Because she's got, look, you draw a line down and then across. You draw a line down and then across. And you just know by looking at her eyes, look. Kelly Brook, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I thought it was a woman. I really did. When it was younger, it passed much better than in Jordan, Katie Price. But this is where we're at. These giant-headed women with these giant bazongas versus five-headed men with close-set eyes, small dentures, high-set ears. The exact opposites of each other. Now, when I see these stupid, ridiculously big tits, I'm like, is that a dude? Because a man's chest is, just like his neck is 40% bigger, so's his chest and his lungs are also 40% bigger than a woman. So you'd naturally have to put bigger fun bags on a man to fill his chest out like that than you would a woman. There. Kelly Brook. Rectangular, far apart eyes with a big bridge in the nose. A short sloping forehead, look, draw the lines. Widest in the cheekbones. A large mouth and a square jaw that's been feminized. Kelly Brook fooled millions of English young men into jacking off over him. Look at the size of that mouth. Forget the tits, lads. Look at the size of them teeth. That's what my mum would have called him, teeth and tits. She didn't mince her words. There we go. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Who's the mincer? Pretty woman. Jeremy Parisi. I've never heard of Jeremy. But Kelly Brook, I've definitely heard of him. Size of them feet. Look at the meatball knuckles. I can't believe none of this was obvious to me when I was younger. A giant-headed dude with big teeth and broad shoulders. And of course, the girlfriend, Jason, with the small, high-set ears, look. Going absolutely bald in her teens. Did you see that video with Jason Statham dancing in it half naked? I can't remember who it was for. It was The Prodigy or some band like that back in the day. And Jason Statham's dancing in the background. Dancing in the background with just a pair of Lycra undies on. It's the gayest, faggy-ish I've ever seen. Look at the size of that humour. Look at this bolt on. This shoulder, look at the size of it. Then the neck, then the jaw. Look at this jawline from chin to jawline. Remember, they've shaved this bit here, look, to make it spoon, rather than have a perfect right angle like I've got. Home, Peter. There. I have this perfect right angle look on my jaw. So what to do, the doctor, he comes in and he shaves this bit, this corner bit down to give it a womanly look. And that's what's happened there. Look, they've shaved out that back corner of it, so it's not a perfect right angle. Kelly Brook, final answer. Even without the Getty image, it's so easy for me to see that's a man's face and skull. The thickness of the neck, the width of the jawline and dentures. And there's people out, the newbies, for all you English lads and men that are new to this, who are sat at home right now going, nah, mate, that's a woman, that's a woman. I'm telling you now, you can't tell the difference. Right there, game over. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. It's a man. Tell me, which one of them's got the bigger face? Who's got the wide face? Who's got the long face? Who's got the far apart eyes? Who's got the close set eyes? Who's got the high set ears? Who's got the low set ears? You can't really see his low set ears in this one, but I'm telling you now, he has. He's got the low set ears, look, that pass below the nose. Ears sit above the nose, look. Kelly Brook. Final answer, it's a man. And again, I've already been through all of this. Samantha Fox, Lucy Pinder, all your favourite glamour models that they push on you, Leilani Dowding, they're all dudes. It's the ones that you don't see marrying footballers and don't get photographed in public, right? So the example is this. I can look Kelly Brook up and go to walking because there's so many pictures of it. It's got a Getty seal. It's a dude, final answer. But there are certain glamour models who I've tried to find this way, and I can't find any pictures of them in public. I can't find them like dating footballers or movie stars. That's how you know they're the real ones. They're not famous, and there's hardly any pictures of them. And they don't date Jason Statham. But they're not as famous. They don't become as famous as Kelly Brook. They don't. She has been in movies. I think he's even been on Big Brother, hasn't he? Kelly Brook, straight legs, knees together. The girlfriend with the faux pas muscles seems to have a broken leg. Foot driving outwards, look, hip swinging. And again, here, Jared, I love your work. Why has she got a diamond in her legs? What does that say? Devil dog. Does it really say devil dog? No. Oh, maybe it does say devil dog. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Kelly, look, with his straight legs, knees together. But not here. I've still got this diamond showing, look, and the foot and the knee kicked out towards 4 o'clock. The foot and the knee kicked towards 6 o'clock. You see, so I know for a fact that Kelly Brook is a man, born male. The only way the guy I know that could have had sex with Kelly Brook is if Kelly Brooks had the full surgery, which I very much doubt because I don't do that. But there's a possibility that Kelly Brook did have full surgery, and maybe my friend did have sex with Kelly Brook. Maybe he did, and he was fooled into having sex. You see, I got a love bite off Amanda. I got a love bite off Amanda at 14. If I can be fooled into thinking that was a girl at 14, then I could be fooled into thinking it's a girl in her 20s as well. Granted, if you were stone cold sober and you started to have sex with him, you might notice. But if you're pissed as a fart on a night out and you meet Kelly Brook, chances are you're going to take him home and have sex with him, aren't you? Especially if you're a fan of Kelly Brook. Imagine being a Kelly Brook fan and Kelly Brook tries it on with you. You'd be naked in an instant, wouldn't you, lads? You would, though. If you didn't know it was a dude, you'd just be instantly naked. Straight legs. It's a man, final answer. Kelly Brook. So simple to see it. There's a great picture of him with Jason Statham. Walking Jason. And I think Jason's pregnant in the picture. Let's have a look. Where's the picture I'm looking for? Look at the state of that. Look at that weird looking face. Look at the man face. Look at the weird looking face. Look at the 5 head. Look at the Mickey Mouse's ears in the hairline. She's widest. Draw a line down and then across. Draw a line down and then across. You have an answer every time. Where's the one where they're on the... there it is. Are you telling me that Jason Statham isn't pregnant there? Look at the size of her. Look at the width across those hips. She's having a baby, I'm telling you. She's heavily pregnant there, I'm sure. And Kelly Brook, absolutely up and down body. Innit? But again, if you cannot see... Let me get a better look at the state of that face. That'll do. If you cannot see the woman's skull here, look, versus the wide cannon. Remember, one looks like an egg shape, look, like a tic tac, and one looks like an absolute cannonball, an absolute blockhead, look. Who's got the widest face? It's Kelly. Who's got the widest cheekbones? It's Kelly. Who's got the lowest set ears? It's Kelly. Who's got the shorter forehead? It's Kelly. Who's got the wider mouth? It's Kelly. Who's got absolute meatball knuckles versus no meatballs, lot? It's Kelly. Again and again and again. All the markers are backwards. Because you are not good enough. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but you, your family, and your children are not good enough to become movie stars. They're not good enough to become prime ministers. They're not good enough to become anything in this world at all. In terms of famousness and celebrities and skills. It doesn't matter how skilled your son or daughter is at acting, they're never going to become an actor. Doesn't matter how good your boy is at football, he's never going to play for Man United. It doesn't matter how good your girl is at singing, she's never going to sing at Wembley or in the Sydney Opera House. And that's the truth in this world, that those that are created in the image of God are blinded not only to God's existence, but to what's going on in this world. I can say this with empathy because I was blind, but now I can see. Thank you to my hero, Jesus. You know? People are like, Jesus is the devil. No, twats like Roberto say that because they hate Jesus. Your ticket out of here is in Jesus Christ. No one comes to the Father except through me, through kindness, mercy, forgiveness. To retain the image of God when you meet him, rather than be an angel with a dirty face. They love to tell you in the movies, but that's what we all are. We're all angels with dirty faces. But these have got dirtier faces. Just remember that you were subliminally conned into sinning. All right, we all said, don't even get me started. I'm a sinner. I've sinned. I didn't just do it subliminally. I did it out of my own free will because I didn't have an iota of God in my mind or heart. I didn't have a single thought for him or the baby Jesus back in them days. So when Jesus said, let him without sin cast the first stone, he was talking to me. He was telling me, Peter, you know better. You're still a sinner. It's when you acknowledge that you're sinning, when you acknowledge that these people made you sin. They go out their way to make natural people sin. If earth is anything, it's a soul trap. It's a soul trap for Satan. And it shouldn't be. We should all just be going straight direct to the gates of heaven to meet the Heavenly Father at the end of this. And well, we do, but most people are going to get sent back or sent down just through lack of faith. You see, the Bible quite clearly states that man doesn't get into heaven on his works alone. Meaning all the work I've done here, it's not good enough if I haven't got any faith in God. Well, I say faith in God, faith in Jesus. That God did this for me, that he sent it, John 3:16, that he sent his one and begotten son to die for me and you and all of our sins, because God foresaw what the devil was going to do to us. And how he was going to do it. How he was going to deceive us like this, look. God gave you eyes to see. He gave you discernment, the ability to critically think for yourself. And if you look at these two faces, just let your eyes roll around the faces. Look, don't look at them. Just let your eyes go around the picture. And then all of a sudden, you're just going to be drawn back to this one because the eyes are further apart. The head is bigger. The more striking person in this photo is Kelly Brook. And it shouldn't be that way around. It should be Kelly Brook as a man that's striking you in this photo, not dressed as a woman with the fake fun bags. But that's how simple it is to tell, right? There are people out there that'll tell you that these skulls don't wear, that you cannot tell by drawing a line down the forehead and across the eyes, that you can't tell the difference. But the minute you learn to do this, these skulls pop off the screen at you. It's a giant club and you're not in it. I'm not in it. I'm a natural born man, born into a world of lies, into Satan's world. Jesus said, the reason you hate this world and it hates you is because you're not from it. You're from a heavenly place. And these people have made us all sin, whether you like it or not. And maybe some of them don't want this lifestyle and some of them do. Those that don't want it and back out or whatever, maybe they are honest. Maybe they are people that don't want to lie to the rest of us. Know exactly what Satan's doing to us all and know exactly the repercussions or the end game. When you take that last breath and you go to meet God, you're supposed to do it in a cleanse, like cleanliness is next to godliness, and I'm talking about sins. You're supposed to cleanse yourself of all your sins before you meet him. But for most, even the mention of the word God terrifies. Well, it doesn't terrify them, they hate it. It's not like they're terrified of God, they hate God, the idea of God. It's so far away from them to imagine that God's real that they hate the thought of it. Maybe it's a subliminal that they hate the fact that they know they're going to be judged at the end of this ride. These people know it's going to happen. I don't even know how they can smile. I don't, especially when they're doing it to their own children. But to do it to God's children who are unknowing, who are being fooled, because that's what we're talking about. They're fooling all of us into believing these things. Not only that this is a man and this is a woman, but that you live on a ball, you're descended from monkeys, that they've got nuclear bombs. It's all part of the show, the stage. I nearly swore. It's all part of the stage show that we're living in. The Truman Show. Only in the Truman Show, it's just one person that's under the scrutiny of all them cameras and microphones. in this case, it's the whole world. And they're showing you AI. They've had AI forever. Do you know what? I saw a video earlier on, and it was a really good point. I don't know who made it. It was on Twitter, and I hadn't even thought about this until this person mentioned it. And the minute they did, I was like, AI. Straight away, it's for AI. School photos. Now, we've all had school photos, haven't we? Right? We've all had school photos done. But here's the point that this video made. Not everybody buys those photos, right? Nobody consented to having your picture taken and whatever they've done with all your photos over the years. This is where it started to make me think about it. School photos. There were many times when I remember my mother didn't have the money for the photos for us when we were younger. She didn't have the money for the photos, so we never had the school photos. But the school photos were still taken. And this video said, the reason for this is, what they're doing is gathering your facial data, your eye distance, the pattern of your eyes, the creases in your ears, the dental arch, your teeth, everything's being... And you got to remember, these are high resolution pictures. And we're going back... I was in the 70s when I was born, and the pictures looked as good as this. The school photos were still as sharp as this image. They sell, apparently, all these photos on to social media and whatever. Camera recognition, voice recognition, and the bit that got me at the end was gait recognition. And I thought, gait? I only had my pictures taken. Nah. The camera was a recorder. He might have pressed click to take pictures, but the damn thing was recording all the time. So it recorded not only your face in high detail, digital ID detail, it recorded your gaits. Your literal gaits. So this is the reason that they take all these school photos. For all the poor people, like I was poor when I was growing up, we didn't have the money for the photos, but these photos were stored and taken. So they've got my face from the age of 3 or 4 all the way up until the age of 16, fully data mapped for AI, ready for AI. See, we're talking about Masons, and they play moves in front of us, decades, years in front of us. The president for 2050, the prime minister for 2050, America, England, France, it's already chosen. The whole game is rigged. There are no elections. There's just the illusion of an election. There's an illusion that space is real. There's an illusion that they've got nuclear bombs and nuclear power, and that electricity is made by burning coal. It's an illusion. It's all an illusion. That natural gas comes out of the ground rather than out your own backside. Jason Statham is an absolute tart. Look at that egghead. Small, squashy face with a 55% head butt. Look. Kelly Brook, though, we're not in the same ballpark. I can tell by looking at your skulls. I don't need your gaits. I can tell by looking at your skulls. The gaits are the definitive, I'll give you it. A lot of stuff can be done to the faces. I agree. Testosterone to bald women and grow beards, deepen the voice. Plastic surgery to move ears, change lip shapes, nose shapes, eye shapes. You can do a lot to the face, I agree. But what you cannot do ever is split the skull and bring the male eyes closer together. Split the skull and move the female eyes further apart. You can't do that. So I end up with these women and these men that I can see just by looking at the skulls. I don't believe in Swire syndrome or any of that bollocks. I don't believe in utero. In utero does nothing to the skeletons. You're either born a boy or you're born a girl. It's that simple. And the only place I can open up on you in utero bollocks is that they're changing the genitals chemically. Chemical castration of a boy. There's a lot of paperwork on that rather than the in utero bollocks. But again, I still can't prove it. But like Agent D said, it does kind of tell you how they're making the porn stars the way they are. If they can chemically add a penis to a woman and castrate a man using chemicals. But I don't know if any of that's true. I don't know if God would leave that door open. If that was possible, then why are they doing penis transplants? If it was possible, why are they still chopping up men's bits and quartering it and then sliding it back up inside themselves, and then they have to use a Coke can or some type of container to stop the wound from closing up? Because that's what it is. It's not a vagina, it's an open wound. It doesn't sound nice, does it? Having your penis quartered, your balls removed, pushed back up inside yourself, and then you've got to put a Coke can in there every day to stop the wound from healing up. It doesn't sound anything like a woman to me, does it? I don't know about you. Maybe you're into that kind of thing. Like I said, each to their own. In this world, it's each to their own. I agree. If someone wants to be gay, it's up to them. If someone wants to be trans, it's up to them. But when you start pushing this brainwashing bollocks on our children, I draw the line. I stand with God and God only. Satan go himself. All the minions of Satan go themselves. The popes, the pastors, the imams, the presidents, the footballers, the movie stars, the singers, you golfers, your F1 racing drivers, you can all ram it right up your ass. You're a bunch of dirty, perverted, inverted, satanic shit sellouts. That's what you are. Full stop. And you can smile as you do it, as you watch this world burn and crumble before your very eyes. You can continue to smile and sleep at night. I haven't slept a good night's sleep for 12 years since I found out the world was flat. This made it even worse 6 years ago. But yet these people can smile, knowing God's real, knowing at any minute God can reveal all of this to the world, and all of your celebritydom, all your Hollywood and your Bollywood and your stars, they're all gone in an instant the minute God proves himself to everyone. Gone. The way I feel right now. These people don't mean shit to me. They don't. I used to idolise Statham. I used to jack off over Kelly Brook. Now I'm sorry I was ever born. I am. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I was ever born because I've screwed up. But maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is a testing ground, a proving ground that you will screw up. The world is so inverted that you will screw up. No matter how good you are as a person, you're going to fall for one of Satan's lies. But you have a chance to still go to heaven. That's God's mercy, right? That no matter what you did, you still have a chance to go to heaven if you are truly, truly sorry for the life you've led, the things you've done. It's a realization, right? It's a huge kick to your ego, realizing that there is a higher power, that there is an all-knowing, all-loving creator sat watching this. I hope he's proud of me now. I know he weren't as I grew up, Father. I made a lot of mistakes, but I hope you're more proud of me now than I was back then. What do you want? A wee-wee? You are so annoying, dog. Where was I? Oh yeah. So the difference between a natural person and one of these people is that we don't go out our way to lie. Sometimes we have in life, and if we'd known that God existed, we wouldn't even done it, would we? We wouldn't. You know you wouldn't. Like now, I don't go out my way to lie. Let me yeas be yea and me nays be nay. God hates liars. I agree. So do I. Let God be true and all men be liars. That includes me. Because I've messed up. But that's what redemption is about. That's what about redeeming yourself in the eyes of God is about. That we are only human. And we can be fooled. On insane levels, we can be fooled. Only these people are born to fool us. Not just about the shape of the earth, not just about space being fake or anything. It's about the understanding that your creator loves you and these people want to hide him from you. Well, again and again, I can't tell you whether Kelly and Jason are good people at art. I can't tell you if they drink blood and all the rest of it. I can't tell you any of that because it's all made up nonsense as far as I'm concerned. There's no proof for any of it, just what they said. But they also said they walked on the moon. They said they got nuclear bombs and that dinosaurs used to run around the earth. So I don't believe everything that they tell me. They lie about the core identity, so anything they tell me I can't trust. I put my faith in God. I put my trust in that Jesus Christ is watching and he is going to come back. The Son of Man is going to slay these beasts left, right and centre. The ones that were evil. I can't stand what they do to children. What they do to their own children. But if you're going to pizza parties and hot dog parties and all this, and all the stuff they've shown me, the Isaac Cappy stuff, then may God have mercy on you. May God send you swiftly to hell. Because I know this much. This is mental torture. Knowing the truth. Knowing that these are inverts. Knowing that they've inverted the world. That they're pushing poisons into water and toothpaste and everything else. Knowing all of this, it's mental torture. It's not just the fact that I know the truth. It's the fact that all the people around me won't accept the truth. It has to be... It's going to have to be God that comes down and tells them, "Hey, kids, I'm real." Rather than finding him under your own steam, under your own intellect, in your own time. It took me 8 to 10 minutes to realise that God existed once I'd been given some information. I realised I wasn't spinning. Then if I'm not spinning, you're not spinning. And if we're not spinning, the world's not spinning. And I was led straight into God's arms, spiritually, mentally, in my own head. I was led to God. And as much as this is mental torture, I find a lot of comfort. I find a lot of comfort in knowing that God's there. That the great architect, the one that built this whole place, is watching over me. He's watching over you too, but he is watching over me. This, all of this that's happened to us, it should have sent us all to the nut house. It should. Knowing what we know. I bet there's loads of people out there that aren't even strong enough to handle the load. They can't even articulate water level. They cannot even hold that simple knowledge that water's level. grown-ass men and women, and they think they're clever because they can operate machinery and a computer and drive a crane and all it. I'll tell you what, from the way I've spoken to people over the years, it's the people without the educations and the college degrees that see this truth quicker. Because they didn't spend as much time in the school system. They didn't get brainwashed as much. We didn't get brainwashed as much. And because I didn't watch telly after school, I only watched a bit of telly. Telly didn't have a chance to brainwash me much either, because I played computer games. But now, they're even putting it in computer games. Left, right and centre. When I grew up, this is state and fact, this is. When I grew up playing computer games, when it came to role play games or anything like that, you had two choices. You was either a boy or a girl. Are you male or are you female? Which character are you going to play as? And now, it's seeing it in games. I'm seeing this agenda in games. It's in kids' cartoons. It's in Disney. It's in films. It's all the places that it shouldn't be. It's just naturally accepted now. Naturally accepted. And that's what they're banking on. This is a rollout, right? The flat earth is a rollout. The fake nukes, the fake meds, the fake clouds. It's a rollout of the truth. And what they're hoping for is that they've normalised this so much that when everybody does realise, or they all come out and tell you, I'm secretly trans, that it's accepted. That this world, you can be created in the image of Satan and become a movie star. You can be created in the image of Satan and become a king, a queen, a prime minister, a singer, a footballer. But if you've got the natural skeleton of a man and you dress like a man, you're not allowed those things. I'm not allowed to be a children's entertainer, a magician on telly, because I'm a natural man. And it's point and case for all of you. If you know anybody from school or your French circles that are becoming a footballer or going on telly or anything else, you're 99.9% sure that they're in the club. Just on that basis that they're going on telly. There is a possibility. I've been on 2 news clips in my life. One in me late 40s, well, late 30s, on a news clip doing magic, and one when I was about 12 or 13 years old doing a school charity run up an old train line. There's a clip of me on the news there, but that's it. There's no film roles, no getting on the X Factor. I'm not allowed. I'm a natural born man. Why is it a rollout? Why? Revelations is the only reason I can put it down, Mrs. McIntyre. That God's letting everyone know. This is what they've done. This is what they're doing. And this is what's going to happen to the world. And even though they've told you in movies and they've shown the power of God in so many movies, you know, the tsunamis and the ice age. I know we never had an ice age, but if God wanted to freeze the world, he could. If God wants to flood the world, he can, and he has. If God wants to let the stars in the sky fall out of the sky, it's going to happen. It's written that that's what will happen. But before those literal stars fall out the sky, these stars are going to fall from your heaven. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. And instead of having God inside your temple, you've got these movie stars. I hate this world, I truly do. And what they've done to it. And I've been mentally tortured since the age of 42, 41, when I discovered legal name fraud, which led me into all of this. Understanding my predicament has been a giant hurdle to get over. It has. But once you leap that hurdle the first time, for me it was, I'm not spinning. Once you jump that first hurdle, you can jump the rest of them, no problems. They left this subject till last. They taught us the flat earth, they taught us fake space, fake nukes, fake Stonehenge, fake pyramids, fake everything. But they left this one till last to tell us, to teach us. Because you'd have stopped listening to them sooner, wouldn't you? All the channels that I used to watch and listen to, I just can't be bothered. As soon as I see a picture of them, I'm like, you're a flip-flop. Kelly Brook's a man. Am I ranting? I've been ranting, I'm sorry. Kelly Brook is a dude. Oh my gosh. Kelly Brook is a man, final answer. Jason Statham is a girl. I can tell just by your soft eyes, your small high set ears, your smaller mouth, your sloping round jawline, and the distance in your eye. I can tell. But like I said, my empathy goes out to those that are still fooled. The ones that are still attracted. You dudes out there that are attracted to this man or men like him. You have my condolences. To all you women that find your own gender sexy, like Jason here, pretending to be a man. If you truly knew it's not a man, would you still be attracted to him? Because I truly know this is not a woman. And I am no longer attracted to Kelly Brook. I don't care how big her fun bags are. It's a dude. It's an absolute dude. And this is a chick. Kelly Brook's a man, final answer. Don't put your name in the back file, Kelly. Nope. Come hither. Kelly Brook. Search. Again, look at that bonce right there. Oh, it's the same picture we was just looking at, just closer. It's game over. The long, narrow face versus the wide face. Then you look at the eyes, he wins. Look at the mouth, he wins. Look at the square jawbone, he wins. Look at the low set ears, he wins. Look at the giant five head, she wins. The power of forensics is astonishing. It really is. It leaves you with no shadow of doubt that it's all of them. Once you get the hang of it, you'll know it's all of them. You'll know them by their fruits. This is what Jesus said. It's not just the skeletons. You'll know them by what comes out of their mouth. Some people are so full of hatred in this world, and I'm talking about natural people as well, that they're just pushing themselves away from God and Christ. To be in union with Christ requires a certain amount of your own mercy for those around you. Your own forgiveness, should I say, for those around you. I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about the people you know. You see, I'm no better than the people I know. I'm no better than these people. I've messed up. But I'm sorry. And our Heavenly Father knows this, that I am truly sorry. I'm sorry that I made these mistakes. I'm sorry that I've said the things I've said and I've done the things I've done. If these people are really hurting children, I've done nothing like that. And I certainly have never taken a newborn baby and swapped its identity from birth. And that's where my heart goes out to these people. I can't empathise with it because I'm a natural born male, but I can only imagine what it does to a human mind, a boy's mind, to be brought up like this, a girl's mind to be brought up like that. Like I said, I couldn't smile. I couldn't smile. I couldn't enjoy myself. I couldn't go out and get drunk. I couldn't live the way they carry on living. I couldn't live a normal life. And I certainly couldn't be happy about any of it. But these people are happy to lie to us, to deceive us all. I can't say it's every one of them. Some of these celebrities do not look like this in their photos at all. Very rarely do you see them smiling. I think, you know, these are the ones that don't want the life that's been given to them. They don't want to work for Satan. Maybe they get that choice. Maybe that's what the 27 Club is and all of this. They say, well, you've got to do it for 7 years or whatever, and then we'll take you out at the age of 27, whatever it is. Maybe that's why some of these stars disappear off the stage. Amy Winehouse, James Dean, Michael Jackson. Maybe they don't want to do this to other people. Maybe they don't want the world to be this way. I've got no idea. But whichever one of them are good people, God will make it revealed. It will reveal it. We're in Revelations. I'd love to think I was in the little season and this is all over in 6 months. July 4th, it's over. That's your 250 years. I'd love to think that was the case. But it's if that's the case, why have they got Agenda 2030, Agenda 2040 and Agenda 2050 lined up? The 30 years programming in front of us. If they even get to 30 years to 2050 without this being fully revealed. I've got no idea. All I know is I'm glad that I know God exists. I'm glad that I'm awake. I'm not happy with the mental torture I've had to put up with, but God made me strong enough mentally to carry this heavy load, this burden of truth. It is a burden of truth. You're burdened with it because you acknowledge God. So it's a burden for you to know the truth whilst the rest of the world sleeps. But on that same breath, that burden, it lifts you up. It doesn't drag you down. It's a heavy load, I agree. But it lifts you up. It lifts you up above other people. You don't think the way they do you? You don't feel the way they do. That way you must be lifted somehow. And the only way you can be lifted like that is spiritually. These are the reasons that I know God exists. You know, I did. And it's not a thought, it's not a guess. I know he exists. He's self-evident. The faith comes in knowing that the all-loving Father did something for the whole world that only he could do. Forgive us all. We can forgive each other, just like it says in the Lord's Prayer. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. I can only imagine God was broken-hearted when he saw man falling from grace. Mankind falling from grace. He must have been broken-hearted. He said the Bible says that he was so sad when he wanted to flood the world and finish it off because of what evil was running around here. The truth does set you free, Jane. I'm freer now than I've ever been, but I've never been so mentally tortured at the same time. Knowing that his greatness, his majesty is watching, and just being a man. And the only thing I can do is talk. It's the only thing I can do freely still to try and impress upon a stranger's mind how much God loves them. You see, the popes and the church, they don't care about us. They've got nothing to do with God. That's why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven comes from within you. It doesn't come from that church, that whore of Babylon. That's what the church is. It's the whore of Babylon. They've got enough gold and money and land to cure world poverty, starvation, homelessness. The church alone could cure it overnight, but won't. For some reason, God wants the church to put all the gold and donations into their own pockets, which is absolute nonsense. It's, again, we come back to God saw the gold and the gold was good. Bullshit. Well, excuse me language, but it is what it is, folks. Nobody on this plane is going to convince me that God saw the gold and the gold was good, no matter what you try and tell me. I don't believe that heaven's made of gold and onyx and jasper and all this shite. I don't believe none of that either. I don't believe that Jesus said use a usury when he whipped the users and the usurers. I don't believe that he said be a good slave to your master as you've got a master in heaven. Oh no, God is the master of all things, but he gave me free will. Not that he's my master, it's that I accept that he is my heavenly Father. He's not my master. He's the master of all things, and he can use his mastership over me for sure. But he's not my master, he's my Father. Why would Jesus want me to think of my Father, my heavenly Father, as my master? Again, it's a slave talker speaking in the Bible, a jeweler speaking in the Bible, a banker speaking in the Bible. Mix the truth. Mix in the clay and the iron. Mix in the ink and the page. I found a lot of sanctity in the words in the Bible, how God created the earth and how he did it in 6 days. I found a lot of information that's very useful and very truthful. This is the way I believe the world was created, in 6 days by his almighty power himself. And he did it individually. He created the light from the dark, the sea from the land, the plants from the birds, the fish from the animals, etc., until he got to us. The pinnacle of all of his creation is us, because we're created not only in his image, but in his spirituality, that we're able to think freely, love freely. You see, you can't force someone to love you. They might pretend to love you, but they don't love you. It's not real love. Real love comes from a freeness that's given freely, not taken, not forced, not bribed, not blackmailed, but given freely. God gave us the world freely, everything. He created everything in it for us, all the spices and all the herbs. the flavors, the smells, the colors. He put all these things in motion so that when you got here, you'd have a multitude, millions upon choices to be made throughout your life. But for most people, they're never even going to get out their own town, let alone out the country, because they don't have the money. They're too poor. They live in favelas or trailer parks or council estates, whatever you want to call it. They set this system up that the people at the bottom who don't have anything never will have anything. And they monopolize everything from the top down. Every job, every place of power where you could do something decent for normal people, that job's taken. It makes me stop and think how many times have these people helped me and I haven't realised. That's why I don't accept donations or anything like that, because the last thing I want is dirty money. I don't want money, full stop. But that's why I don't ask for donations like all these tramps do. God said, store your treasures in heaven, not on earth. This is just a blink of an eye. I know it's 75 years we've got thereabouts, but it's a blink of an eye in compared to eternity, isn't it? 75 years on earth versus eternity with God. It's a blink of the eye. I can't wait for it all to be over. I can't wait for God to show himself to the world. I don't need to see him. I know he's there. People say, oh, you believe in God. No, I don't believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I know God exists. God is self-evident through my own body, mind, spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it. I acknowledge the world and everything in it. The colours, the smells, the herbs, the spices, the animals, the fish, the birds, you name it. I acknowledge all of it. And I know it can't have come from nothing. And I know I'm not descending from a monkey. Everything's a theory. But I'll tell you what's not a theory. Me living this life. It's reality. And if reality exists, then so does God. Because this world wouldn't exist without a creator. No matter what it is. Whatever you think it is. This world. I know it's a flat plane. Water's level. And to keep water in place and air in place, it has to be in a container. So we're in a giant container. All these things are self-evident to me. When it comes to Jesus Christ, I have to put my faith in God. That he sent his one and begotten Son to die for my sins, my mediocre lies, my petulant ego, and it was there for many years, would just disappear the instant I said those few little words, I'm not spinning. I'm sure angels were playing trumpets when I said that out loud. I'm sure God smiled when he heard me say that, spoke those words into this universe, I'm not spinning, because he knew I was about to awaken. I'm sure my ancestors cheered wherever they are, whether they be in heaven or in limbo, purgatory if you believe in it. I'm sure my ancestors all wrung out as well. And yours too. Because we're all in this together, whether you like it or not, boys and girls. I would hope in my heart of hearts, in union with Christ, that some of these people do know Jesus and do love God, regardless of what's been done to them and what Satan's made them do. But I can only hope that there are good flip-flops out there. I'm not talking about people who openly transgender themselves. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about these secret transgenders that are in a satanic cult. If they didn't want to be in it, are they allowed to leave? Are they allowed to neglect what they're being told to do? Again, it's mental torture. It really is. Every day I wake up just hoping that it'll stop, that people will know the truth. But Jibby told me it'll take 20 years for Flat Earth to get out. And the only reason I can imagine that it's being done this slowly is that they don't want all-out war. Because that's what's going to happen, right? It's going to be all-out war. If you just told everyone overnight, the world would go to shit, wouldn't it? Everybody will start warring with everybody. The way it's being dripped into us, it gives chance for Christ to wash over you, right? To cleanse that evil that's you've lived in, and it's quite normal to you, right? The evilness around you, so normal to you because of the movies you've watched and all the war films they've showed us and all of this. They've normalised killing and they've normalised blood, and like someone said, if you was to take like one of these horror movies into the jungle and show it to a tribe of people who don't watch this shit ever and start showing them gruesome murders, Saw or whatever, they'd all be boking and freaking out. And yeah, they would, because they don't watch that shit. We had it all normalised to us over decades of abuse from Hollywood and Bollywood. And again, it's all Satan's fantasy, right? All these killing films and war films, it's all Satan's fantasy, and it's played out by Satan's minions here. So I would hope that some of them are nice people. I can't prove it. Just like I can't prove that they're drinking blood and adrenochrome. I don't believe none of that shit either. Pizza parties. I can't prove any of it. But I can prove the world's flat. I can prove I'm not spinning. I can prove that space doesn't exist. And I can prove that Jason Statham is a woman and Kelly Brook is a man. I can prove these things. Keanu Reeves. Again, Jane, they might just put that shit out there. Keanu's a great actor. Keanu, today we're going to prolong your sadness to the social media people. We want you to look sad as you're eating this sandwich on a bench. We want you to look sad on the subway. We want you to give up your chair for an MTF on the train or whatever it is. They can play it all out in front of us, Jane. If any of them are revolting, I mean, by revolting, I don't mean disgusting, I just mean revolting against the beast system that they were born into, like us. They're the ones that they remove from the film industry, like Amy Winehouse and Anna Nicole Smith or whoever. They wipe them out early or just take that actor off the stage. I don't think they kill them. I think they just move them to Xanadu, the extra lands that we don't know about. They just go and put them on the other lands. All right, we're going to take you out. We're going to kill your character off. We're not going to kill you. We're just going to take you and we're going to put you 20,000 miles in that direction, the furthest continent away. You see, it don't matter what story we look at. For example, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's a good analogy of it. This is how full of shit they all are. Bill Cosby up for, what's the word we use? Grape. Grape juice. He's up for grape. She, right? Firstly, it's a woman. Rounded eye sockets. Draw a line down and across. Tic-tac, egg-shaped head. Images. Right? So apparently Bill Cosby couldn't stop touching women. This is where we start straight away off the tracks. Bill's a woman, so Bill couldn't keep his hands off men. That's the real story, if it is a real story. Bill was a big girl, I give you that. She was a 6-footer, right? She was tall. She stood much taller than most. Look at the size of that man face there. Look at that neck. She stood taller than most men around her. She's a tall girl. She's going to have, right, a 6'2" woman is going to have more strength than a 5'4" woman. It does make sense, see that, right? But she's still a woman. She has lower body strength, not upper body strength, in comparison to a man. So how can a woman with smaller shoulders, I don't care how much taller she is, she hasn't got the upper body strength to pin down the man, you know? I'm sure all of you have played toy fighting with your husbands and wives over the years, and the man always powers over the woman. It's just, that's how nature is. But in this bullshit story with Bill, I used to think she was good looking as well. Look at the size of his giant head. Or did he stand witness for Bill in court? Bill's a good man. See, it's all made up bullshit. How do I know that Bill Cosby never graped anyone? Well, it's quite simple. Bill Cosby victim. There we go. Bill Cosby's victims. Right. Firstly, Janice Dickinson. Look at the size of that head. Look at his neck. Look at Bill's neck. Chin, tie. Chin, tie. Look at the difference, right? You're telling me that Bill Cosby overpowered, look at the size of that neck and trachea. Bill Cosby overpowered Janice Dickinson. Dick in son. It's always gay shit that they want to talk about. Dick in sons. Gay bollocks, right? You're telling me this taller woman pinned down this, and is a big bloke. Janice Dickinson's another, because he's a model. He's a big bloke. Not as big as the basketball player that Bill supposedly jumped on. Right? Explain it to me like I'm 40. Look at that neck and trachea. Look at the size of that bowling ball. Look at that bowling ball there. That's a big, huge bitch in the back with the curvy spine and the big chicken nom-nom. But let's go back to this big fella here. You're telling me Bill Cosby, with those tiny shoulders, pinned down, look at this, I could stand a Big Mac, a giant Coke, and giant fries on each shoulder. This is a solid dude. I don't know what he is. What's he weigh? What's his height? He's about 6'4", this one, isn't he? Basketball player. You're telling me Bill Cosby pinned down this super fit man? You got no chance. The only way Bill Cosby could do that is with, what do they call it? RHP or whatever it is. GHB, GBH, GBH? I don't know, that drug that they put in women's drinks, that shit. That's the only way Bill Cosby did anything to this man. And then you start looking at all of Bill Cosby's victims. Oh, as if that's not a close-up of their man faces. There is one somewhere, shows them all. And they're all dudes. As if that's not opening. I want a close-up on your faces, fellas. Look at the size of that bowling ball head. Look at the length of these arms. Look at the neck and shoulders on him. Look at the size of them hands. And this is right along. Look at that one there. It's an absolute bowling ball. That's a bowling ball still in its bag. It's that big. But you want me to believe that this old lady, 50 odd years old or whatever she was when she did this bollocks, look at the neck on that. You want me to believe this old lady did anything to that crimson jawed? Look at the side. That right there, sunshine, is a fucking diesel. An absolute diesel. That thing there could eat its way through a granite worktop. It's absolutely massive. But you want me to believe that this old lady graped that beast? You got no. There's another one. Look at the size of his head. Look at his neck. He looks like he's got throat cancer. It's that thick. Here they are. Look at this lot. Bill Cosby's victims. Look at the head on that fella there. Look at the jawbone on this one. Look at the neck on this one. Everywhere we go, we're going to see these giant-necked, square-jawed men all pretending that Bill Cosby did so. Look at that flat jawline. Look at the wide eyes. They're all pretending to be men, and they're all pretending that Bill did something to them. It's an absolute script, a show. Look, and then they win the court case, and they're all happy together. Bill, what happened to Bill? Bill didn't even get any time, did he? Or she? I think she got let off, didn't she? Look at this egghead. Look at the sloping, soft, rounded, pointed chin and jawline. Look at the small, high-set ears. Look at the open, rounded eye sockets. There is no brow bone in the corner of the eye, look. Arching eyebrows. It is literally like shelling peas to me now, looking at these people. Looking at all these so-called victims. Look at him there, the basketball player. You want me to believe that Bill Cosby did anything to anyone? That gentleman there, he would slap Bill Cosby into next week if he touched him. But this is the way it is, folks. You believe everything they put before you. Not only that you're descended from monkeys, you're schooling, that the world's shaped like a ball and it's spinning, schooling. They're now putting this into schooling. The most precious and fragile people in the world, children, are having this rammed down their throats as we speak. And all of the adults in this world don't care. I say all of them, most of them. I'm not talking about you and me. I'm talking about them. Look at that male gait. Look at the size of him. All three of them are big, but there it is. There's not a stone that won't be unturned. There's no place for them to hide. The Bible says, from a king to a little street sweeper, it won't matter hiding in caves and your underground bunkers. God's just going to expose everyone. Final answer. Kelly Brook's a man. I'm still on Kelly Brook. Kelly Brook's a man. We did Gates, didn't we? We did walk him. We did. Let's bring up Kelly Brook. Was I ranting? I was ranting, wasn't I? Kelly Brook. 2 first names. Ah, oh, bloody keyboard. I don't care. It can stay. I don't care. Right. Let's come back to class. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Open a new one. Let me cut out Kelly Brook. I'd hope that one day that the whole world would learn the truth. Why is it pausing up on me? It's lagging. I'd hope that one day the whole world will learn the truth, but I don't think the whole world's going to care. Which is why the Bible says that God's going to send great delusion. Oh my gosh, I was ranting. I'm sorry. Kelly Brook. How far back does this go? I was on full rant mode. How long is that? That's a big rant. I'm sorry, folks. 1 hour 22 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kelly Brook, two first names. Kelly Brook. Kelly Brook. There you go, for all of those people that say, I don't talk enough about God and Jesus. Yeah, I do. I just don't ram it down people's necks. I love to listen to the word of God. I do. I could sit and listen to, what's his name? Alexander Scoresby read the Holy Bible every night because I love the truth. I'm in love with God. That's what the truth, when setting you free, that's what it does. It allows you to love freely. Again, I've never felt so open about talking about God, and I don't want to use the word religion, because I'm not part of Legion, that's for sure. I just love the freedom of being able to think for myself without Google giving me the answers, you know. Don't get me wrong, I found a lot of truth in YouTube videos from the flip-flops. You got to remember, this whole rollout has come from them. The flat earth was full of flip-flops. The globe earth is full of flip-flops. The mud floods are full of flip-flops. It doesn't matter what we look at. Even the transvestigation channels are full of flip-flops. But that's part of setting you free, right? That you can see them. That you can see the liars and the deceivers. See, the only reason why I can think that some of these people are not as bad as they want you to believe they are is that I have been shown kindness here and there. I know that Jibby was really sorry when they kidnapped the ratio and you was drunk and you wanted to fist the baby Jesus. I know that you was sorry that night in your drunkenness. They was all trying to get Jibby to shut up as well. Jibby nearly spilled the beans drinking moonshine, didn't you, you drunken old mare? But Jibby's another one that disappeared. When I discovered this topic, this agenda, 5 prominent flat earthers disappeared. Antonio, Jibby, Flat Earth Josh, Rob Skiba, and who was the 5th one? I can't remember who the 5th one was. There was another one. Oh, Flat Earth Mac. What did they call him? Here. The one who looked like Manly Piol. The Canadian. Again, all bollocks. That one was in the news, got arrested and placed in jail. Another one. Discernment is yours. It is. Discernment is yours. It's the freedom to be able to think for yourself. Critically think for yourself. That sets you apart from those around you. It is. It's a remnant of God, of Christ inside you that doesn't allow this world to ruin you. You know, Satan's tried to ruin everyone. Let's get this right? Satan's tried to ruin all of us, folks. And he would love to send us all to hell where he is. But you were given free will. And you're being given the option right now to opt out of this system, opt out of this beast system. They say the mark of the beast is coming, and it'll be a chip in the right hand or in the skull or whatever, the temple. What if the beast system, the mark of the beast system, is this to ruin your temple, to recreate yourself in Satan's image? What if that is the mark of the beast? That mark is in your right hand or your left, because it shows on your male or female digit ratio. It also shows in the temple or your skull by the distance in your eyes. That's where your temples are, either side of your eyes. So the mark might be eye sockets and finger ratios. None of us know, right? I'd be a lie to say that any of us knows the whole truth. But we know this truth. We've been lied to. The earth is definitely not a ball. Dinosaurs never existed. And they've done their damnedest to hide God from you and make you hate the baby Jesus. And lots of people hate them all. They hate them both, right? They use the word God or Jesus Christ at the start of movies and use it more as an insult than to actually say his name, Jesus Christ. Get out, you fatty. Beat it, stinky. Get off. You big cold nose. Oh, you want cuddle. Oh, you want cuddle. Don't you lick my face. Yes, you do. Go on, get off then. Right. So, time is it? 10:30. I've been going forever. Tia Leone, I think we'll leave that one till tomorrow, boys and girls. What time is it? 10:30. Yeah, I've been going 2 hours, 40 minutes. That'll do. God's got a message for you. He wants you to know that you were born into an inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy world. Thank you very, very, very much for watching. All of you natural skull checkers and forensic students from around the world. I know there's lots of you now because I've trained so many of you. May God bless all of you. May you all know the truth. May it set you all free. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night, Ms. McIntyre. Good night, Ms. McIntyre. Good night, Anna Sousa, darling. We'll see you all tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Bye.